Welcome to Deep Thought. Dreams can provide an insight into people. I'm gonna tell you what, I hadn't talked about dreams in a long time, but I was thinking about a dream I had the other night. It was about a woman I hadn't seen in a very long time, but I saw her a certain way, and it was some talking about why she had dealt with her husband in a certain way. And I was thinking about it. I was like, you know what? That probably answers a lot of questions. Now, I haven't had an official confirmation on that particular point. I might reach out to her, get her talking. I know how to get to people talking. But here's the thing. I think about in my life, I've had a lot of dreams about people and would see stuff about them. I would see stuff. It was almost like it was a cheat code. Like there was this one young lady, and on the surface, she was very cooperative. Very cooperative. We had sex, all that good stuff. She'd have been, in many ways, a perfect woman, perfect support. But I remember I had a dream about her, and it was some shady stuff she was doing. And I remember the dream and everything, and just kept it. I kept it, in mind. But then I say maybe a few months later, she did some stuff to me that was very shady. I had to really cut her off because I said she could be a problem. She could be a legal problem. And I was like, damn, that dream told me. See, here's the thing about dreams. Now, some people might want to get into it metaphysically and say it's from spirit and everything, but everybody doesn't have those spiritual beliefs. I'll present this in such a way that regardless of your spiritual beliefs, you can get into your subconscious. See, your subconscious pays attention to everything. Your subconscious see everything. My subconscious right now is hearing every single sound around, noting different things, the sounds, everything like that. When you out in public, you might not think you're paying attention to people, or you might be just walking along, but your subconscious is paying attention. When you have a conversation with a person, say you in front of somebody, y'all talking about whatever, it could be very general. Your subconscious is still interacting, taking in all the information. What happens is when your subconscious will communicate with you consciously through dreams. It will give you an insight because your subconscious doesn't saw everything. It's taking in everything and it's seeing something. So what your subconscious is doing, say, hey, you need to pay attention to this. I saw this with this particular person. And I've seen it so many times. That's why I learned to pay attention. Like if something happens in a dream or somebody acts a certain way, I was like, oh, okay. I had that dream about that. I had that dream, And also, too, one thing about dreams, they don't always communicate in a direct manner. So one thing I would recommend is try to have a dream journal. Just write it down. Figure out how your dream is communicating with you. One angle that what happened in my dreams, like with my car, that always represents my life. So if I had a dream one time I couldn't find my car, and I couldn't. That's when something had happened. Something happens, but then when I find the car is working good, everything going good. It's that whole life thing. So it's very important that, you pay attention. It could take a while. Now, of course, I've met a few people say they don't have dreams, and honestly, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say for them. Then we have to find somebody else who might have even more expertise on dreams. But most of us have dreams. Most of us have something. Some type of communication, something that let us know some things. And you pay attention to them, especially the ones that make the strongest impressions that you can remember. Like I mentioned that lady had a dream about it. I can remember it now. I had it a few nights ago, but I can still remember it. That's a strong thing. It was saying something about her and her situation and why she dealt with her husband and everything. So it's like I got an insight into it. And that's the thing. See, pay attention. Because let me tell you what. Our subconscious sees everything. It has no bias. It sees everything. It don't have any bias. Don't have a political agenda, everything. It just takes in everything and just looks at it straight away. It sees through the mask. But see, when we're conscious, a lot of times we don't see through the mask. We see what we want to see. Remember in my last episode, I talked about projecting issues. Sometimes we project a personality. Like, let's use a relationship example. A man might see a woman and she's real beautiful, and so he started projecting, but he thinking she might be a gold digger or something like that. He's projecting his issues onto her, or what he feel like women are. But the real thing is she's not a gold digger. She's just a regular young lady just trying to survive. She's far from a gold digger, but he's projecting some stuff. Now a dream, he could have a dream about her and she's like, he's doing some stuff and she's being very helpful that don't have to do with money. That's what he pay attention to. But then twist it around. Say you see another woman and think, oh man, she gonna be perfect and everything. But in the dream, she just constantly doing stuff to screw with him. She's constantly doing stuff to mess up his path and everything. You pay attention to that. Like if you have a negative dream about a person, pay attention to it. No matter what. No matter what. Pay attention to it. Go with it. You know? At least pay attention to it. Now, it will take a while for you to interpret your dream. So when you have that dream, okay, sit back and just pay attention to what's going on in the world. Pay attention to that person's behavior. See what they do, you know, or see what you hear. You know, like I said, like with that one young lady, like I said, she on many levels, on the surface level, very perfect. But when I had that dream, I was like, oh, let me pull back. But then that's when I saw she had some shady shit with her. And I was like, okay, I can't mess with her. Can't mess with her. I was like, if I had that dream, I might have been in trouble. So, but it tells you stuff. It tells you situations. It could tell you, like, I'll use one when I had, no, I ain't gonna use that one. I'll keep some stuff to myself. But yeah, pay attention. Like, say, well, here's one. If, say, and I got this, a master teacher, Master Yan Yamache Morris talked about this in one of his books. He was talking about dreams, and he had a dream. He kept having a series of dreams about a house falling apart, right? In fact, I got a house dream too, but with him about a house falling apart, it turned out it was his father who was getting sick and dying. And as far as me, I haven't had one in a long time, but I would have a dream about a house full of books and everything. A house full of books, and it's like, okay, that's knowledge. But then one time the house burned down. But that's around the time that I was looking at greater knowledge. So, you know, you pay attention to all of it. And it can take a while, but it can give you that insight into people. And most people can dream. Like I said, I've counted some people say they don't have dreams. I don't know how to help them. That's beyond my current knowledge, you know. But if you have dreams, pay attention to them. Keep a dream journal. Pay attention to the symbols in the dream, you know, because a symbol could represent something else. You know, a symbol could represent something else. Like you need money, or you're having trouble with money, and you're dealing with a stingy banker in the dream. It could be so many things. Like learn the language of them. And then when you have a dream about a person in particular, it could be that person, or it could be what does a person represent. So think about it on two levels with that. Is it that person, or what does that person represent to you? You know, that's how it does, because it's just going to take in information. When it communicates in a right brain manner. So pay attention to the symbols and everything. So anyway. That's very brief. I mean, you got some books out there. I hadn't read them, but just look up some books or people who got even deeper into dreams and everything, all right? So anyway, that's all I have for today. I'll get back with y'all. Peace and blessings.